Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. And it's just Marco here once again, and I am here today to review Wednesday Season 2, Episode 2, The Devil You Woe. I did not like this episode at all. To be honest, this show... I know that, because I know with some movies and shows you watch, you age out of them, or, you just kind of feel like, oh, well, that wasn't as good as I remembered. But this isn't that. Like, this show is still, to this day, like, I think the first season was really good. And that's why this is so weird, is that this show feels completely different than how it was in season 1. It feels, again, like it was made for TikTok, and it was made for jokes, and it was made, like, it's funny, too, because there was this big thing where they said that, oh, this season is going to focus on horror, and it's going to focus on mystery and suspense, and so far, it seems like the focus is jokes and romance. It doesn't seem like there's very much focus on horror. You have Enid, and she has this stupid love triangle bullshit going on now where she's with this jock guy who's like a werewolf jock. His character sucks. And then you got Ajax, the beanie guy, and he still wants to be with her, and it just is like... who cares? Like, if she's not with Eugene, who cares? I don't care. And then, it feels like every single scene they have to have a joke. And probably one of the worst parts of a modern TV show that I've ever seen. There is a part where, Wednesday is taking a driving lesson. She's taking a driving lesson so that she can steal a car and drive to go see Tyler. And the driving instructor, he's actually really hilarious. He did a great job playing like a caricature. He reminded me kind of like Don Knotts, but even more annoying. And there is a really, really cringeworthy joke. Wednesday leans over and she cuts the brake cables, or the cables that go to the pedals for the, I think the brake cable for the driving instructor, because he has a second brake pedal so that he can control her driving. And she cuts it. And then she holds up the knife and she says, "I'm the captain now." So this is where Wednesday is. They're recreating memes so that they can put the clips on TikTok. They're recreating memes instead of telling a good story. Everyone's familiar with "I'm the captain now." Why in the hell would Wednesday Addams recreate the "I am the captain now" meme? It's disgraceful. What the hell happened to this show? Okay, so the main sort of plots of this episode, I will say this episode was better than the first one because it simplified things down. It wasn't as overstuffed, although I think it was about the same length. And so that's another interesting thing, is that it shows that even though something is an hour, that doesn't mean you should just stuff it with like a million different plots. First off, we have Wednesday, and she is trying to solve these new murders. And right off the bat, they did something to piss me off. They killed off Tyler's father already. And it really pisses me off because they set up this, kind of dramatic character where, in the first season, he's the sheriff, he's having to deal with his son, and how the mom is gone out of the picture, and so there's like this family drama, and he wants to rekindle things with his son. Well, he wants to form a better relationship with him. And well, right off the bat now in episode 1, he's torn apart. He's in complete shambles. He's a mess. And then in episode 2, he's dead. And it's like, oh, I guess his character isn't going to get any development. Why can't Pugsley bring him back to life? That's another question. Pugsley can just reanimate the dead. They tried to say some bullshit like how he could only bring back that Frankenstein doctor guy because he had a metal heart. But Pugsley brought back a spider to life. And the spider did not have a mechanical heart. So how does that make sense? So yeah. Wow. Okay, now, here's another joke in the episode. So Morticia and the siren are having a conversation, and she offers the siren, I can't remember the siren's name. I actually will say she's one of the few characters that I like so far this season. She has a really interesting story where the principal is basically forcing her to use her abilities for his benefit. And I really actually like her character now. She actually is a lot more likable than season 1, which I did not expect to happen because in season 1, I just did not like her. She was a mean girl at first, and she never really felt like she got any better, even though she technically did. I just never really liked her that much. I felt like she was I don't know, it was something about her, but now I like her. Now I actually like her a lot. And she's very pretty, too. I love her eyes. She has really, really unique eyes. And so, I like her now. I think she's cool. Never expected to say that. That's what this season's felt like so far, is like everything that I wouldn't have expected is happening, and everything I would have expected is the opposite. It's just terrible. But she's offering the siren these honeycomb cookies that have bugs on them. I think they're CGI bugs. So Morticia picks up a cookie so that she can eat it herself. And instead of getting to see her eat the cookie, we only see a shot of the siren's reaction to her. I thought, you just ruined a perfectly good joke there. And I think it's because they didn't make cookies that were edible. It was probably plastic or clay or something. And so I just thought that was really shitty. They ruined that joke. And they followed that joke up with another joke about a gross food being eaten by someone. And so I thought that was hilarious too. It just shows, I think that the writers, I don't think that they had enough juice to go past season 1. I think season 1 was a fluke. Because so far, the writers are kind of copying themselves a little bit with a lot of storylines. For instance, the whole thing with the principal, forcing the siren to do things, it's kind of like the teacher from season 1 having Tyler kill people for her. It's a similar kind of dynamic. And so, we're seeing kind of repetitive storylines here, repetitive characters, and I really don't like it. Okay. Now, I really don't like how they're treating Thing this season. There was only a little tiny hint of meanness towards him in season 1. But now they're going really, really overboard to the point of that the entire Addams family forgot that it was Thing's birthday. Now that's really bad, guys. I mean, Wednesday does try to make up for it at the end, which, that's good because, we want to like her character. We don't want to hate her. But it's actually making me really, conflicted because I am not a fan anymore of Wednesday's character in this season. She's just not the same character. She feels like she's just there to make a joke. It feels like every single place that her character goes is a place for some sort of a stupid joke to happen. And so I really don't like her character anymore because that's all that she represents to me. Is like, oh, isn't this funny that we have Wednesday say, I am the captain now? Like, no, it's not. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's like you're cheapening the brand. That's what this season is. It's like a fast food commercial. So, yeah. Now, there is a part where Wednesday goes to meet with Tyler to basically ask him if he's telling someone else to kill people for him because he's mad and he's locked up in the asylum. And we also meet a doctor who's played by Thandie Newton. She's his doctor. And I actually kind of liked that scene. It was one of the few serious scenes in the entire episode. So I thought that part was good. But at the same time, I really don't like that they killed his father. And honestly, I kind of wish that they would give Tyler some kind of a redemption. He is evil, but I really like the actor. I really like him. I think he's a cool guy. I think that he, in Your Honor, he played, the most annoying character ever named Adam. And, I really liked him in Wednesday Season 1, though, so I got really sad when they made him the bad guy. Because he was such a likable guy. And so I wish that they would kind of I don't know, maybe give him a redemption arc. Especially since he was in Beetlejuice and he played the same type of character and then he got killed in that. So, yeah. And then finally, they have a big reveal at the end because the major conflict this episode is that it's prank day. And so Enid and her stupid boyfriend get kidnapped and they get put in this giant knife trap. It's a ceiling trap that lowers down on them by the infamous stalker. Well, she is literally, and I just thought about this. Okay, this was actually, I guess you could say it's clever. It is revealed that the stalker is the redheaded girl who asked Wednesday for an autograph in episode 1. And so she is the one who pulled that prank, and she is also the one who hid the manuscript in the pyre. And honestly, it's just kind of stupid. And again, it's just very, very shallow. And very, very much this is dumb. The whole show now feels like a YA show. It feels like a kid's show. There's even a part at the beginning of the episode where Pugsley is now keeping the zombie in the beekeeper shed. And the zombie pukes all over him and Eugene. And that's something you'd see at the Kids Awards for Nickelodeon. And so that's what the show feels like. It feels like a kid's show now. But the stalker is revealed, and so basically she was the red herring. She's not the killer. She is not the person who killed the dad or killed the private investigator in the first episode. So that's the major plot now of the show. Honestly, I am glad that they got rid of the stalker storyline in episode 2, because at least now, again, it kind of forces the show to focus and just focus in on that big story instead of, having to have all these different storylines. Now we know who the stalker is. Now we can move on, but still, do you really care? I don't. I really don't care. This show, I really feel terrible. I feel terrible not just because today has been terrible in terms of allergies. It's been a terrible allergy day. Awful, 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 awful. But I also feel terrible because, again, I loved season 1. And it hurts me that, I have to give these bad reviews for this show now in season 2. Because I just really, really don't like what I'm seeing. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. Because, I've said all my complaints. I've given all my notes. I don't think there is. It's sad what happened to the show. And it's a shame. It's a big shame. I hope that the season improves. I actually am looking forward to watching the next episode just to see if it gets any better. To see if maybe maybe because now the focus is even more on this one story, maybe it'll be better, but I don't know. I don't have any faith in the show anymore. I think that the season 1 being so good, I think was a fluke. I think it was a completely lucky thing, and it was a happy accident. I think that Tim Burton, he has become an aesthetic director where all he cares about is like the gothic aesthetic and dressing people up like it's a giant Halloween party. I don't think he cares about story anymore because we see now in all of his projects the same stories, the same characters over and over again. And now we see the same actors too, because Jenna Overrated Ortega is in Beetlejuice 2, which was a terrible movie, and she's in this. And the Tyler guy was in that as well. So, yeah. But unfortunately, we will not see Winona Ryder in Wednesday, which I think is really sad. I think she could be fun. Although, I don't know. Do you guys think Winona Ryder's fun? She's kind of like, you know how you get a box of chocolates? There's always that one chocolate that you bite into it and you say, oh, well, that used to be the best chocolate. Or was it? Was it a good chocolate? And you bite into it and it's like, oh. And then you're like, oh, yeah, it's that type of chocolate. It's that flavor. I forgot. It's okay. That's kind of like Winona Ryder, like what she's like. Now, Jenna Overrated Ortega, she is like a caramel chocolate. And I say that because the caramel chocolates, they are terrible for you. Because they wreck your teeth. They ruin your teeth. Your teeth will never be the same after you eat a box of caramel chocolates. But the sad part is that if the caramel was ooey gooey and if it was hot, then it would be really, really delicious. And I think that Jenna Ortega, I do think that she is delicious. It's just that her deliciousness is hard to the core. And it needs to be heated up on the stove or something, or put in the microwave. I don't know what you do. What do you do with the caramel chocolate? What do you do with Jenna to get her ooey and gooey? Okay, anyways, I don't know why I started talking about chocolates. But anyways, I'm just trying to think of just one other good thing I could say about the show so far. About episode 2, I guess, because I give episode 2, I give it a C-, I give it a D+, because I really don't like that they killed off Tyler's father. If they didn't kill off Tyler's father, I would have given it a C. So it wasn't as bad as the first episode, but it wasn't great either. I think, again, just all the jokes I hate, and I just feel like there's this vibe about the show. And it's really, really taken me back. It's making me feel like this is clearly not the same show. And it's something that, like, honestly, like, I don't know why they changed it to this. Like, the only change that I thought that they were going to make is getting rid of, like, the stupid romance stuff, which, honestly, in season 1, the romance between her and Tyler was one of the best things about the season. So, like, they took away one of the only good things about the show. Like, I mean, one of the best things, not one of the only good things. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm serious. I did not mean to say that. And it wasn't a Freudian slip either. It's just the fact that in this season, if they had, like, a romance with Wednesday that was, like, with Tyler in season 1, it would honestly help the show, because it would be like, oh, one little thing that's good. Because so far, again, I think the actors are good. The actors, I feel bad for the actors because a lot of them look older, but the actors are all really talented. I love Jenna Overrated Ortega, even though I call her that name. She's a caramel chocolate queen. But I really don't like what they've done to the show. And I can't wait, though, to watch next episode. In fact, what I might do, I know that this is crazy. I might skip seeing the new movie this week, and I might just watch the rest of Wednesday. Because I want to see if the show gets any better, and I want to kind of see, because I think that this is a big tragedy in how bad the show has gotten. I mean, I can't believe what I'm seeing each episode. I can't believe how basic it's got, and how it just feels like, wow, like this is what Wednesday evolves into. This is like this is what you did after season 1. Like, people love season 1. There are some people who didn't like season 1, and those people can go sit in a quiet room somewhere and stare in the corner. But, I'm one of the people who thought season 1 was fantastic. And I thought Tim Burton really redeemed himself. But then he made not Dark Shadows, Beetlejuice 2, and then he made this. And it's like, okay, Tim Burton, you're done. You are done. Go back to working with Johnny Depp, and every single movie with Johnny Depp was the same too. Johnny Depp gets in a costume. Johnny Depp goes, "Woo, ho, 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 I'm Johnny Depp," and then Tim Burton would be like, "Yeah, this is art, and also I'm gonna find some way to put my wife into this movie." And now that she's not in anything anymore, any of his movies, the movies have kind of gone downhill, because she kind of added something extra too. She was a Tim Burton girl. She looked like a Tim Burton clay sculpture, and so she's gone now. No more Helena Bonham Carter, and that's just another tragedy. The tragedy of Tim Burton. The tragedy of masterful aesthetic director Tim Burton. And that's the thing too. And in talking about directors, David Lynch was a weird director. He was a weird aesthetic director. But the difference between David Lynch and Tim Burton is that even though David Lynch has done some stuff that wasn't that great, which I didn't like Eraserhead personally. I that is my controversial opinion with David Lynch. That's his first movie. I did not like it. I thought it was very boring. But the difference is that even though David Lynch has done some stuff that I didn't like, it feels like David Lynch never thought about aesthetic over story. And it feels like Tim Burton, he cares more about the costumes. He cares more about the jokes, the cutesy, additions to the lore, like the Telltale Cafe and stuff like that. He cares more about that than about telling a good story and having good characters. Because I really hate how they killed off Tyler's father's character. He was a major character. and they just killed him off like it was nothing. So yeah, there's a lot of issues I'm having. It seems like they're trying to build some kind of a story where they frame Wednesday. That's what I'm getting so far. You know, because she was in the dad's house when she discovered his body, and there was some other stuff, like there was an eyeball that was put on Enid's bed, and Wednesday, Enid thought that she put it there when it was the redheaded girl. But the redheaded girl still, and see, it's very complicated, very, very complicated, but it is getting a little bit simpler, which is good, but still, yeah. So anyways, the last thing I'd like to say is that Safi and I have started a Patreon. You know, we've really enjoyed doing YouTube over the 10 years that we've been doing it. But I think that honestly, the one big thing that I hate about YouTube is that they make it like impossible to get new viewers. They purposefully suppress videos. They purposefully suppress our channel. And so it doesn't feel like we get a proper shake with people. It feels like people don't get to discover us as much because we're not like a million subscriber channel. And so Patreon is called Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies. And we started this so that, you know, maybe people can start finding us. And also because we are going to be putting some amazing content on Patreon. It is going to be extra content. It's going to be bonus content, bonus movie reviews, bonus TV reviews, deleted scenes from my movies. I started a vlog called How to Make a Goosebumps Fan Series, which follows me and my filmmaking journey. I'm going to post commentaries on there. I'm going to post making of videos, all sorts of stuff. And the great thing about it is that if you get one of the tiers, one of the 3 tiers, and you join up right now, you're going to be able to get all of that stuff at once. And so you'll get to pick and choose, like, oh, maybe you don't want to watch the one video, so you could pick another video. So you have a million videos to pick from eventually. And and so we are really excited about doing Patreon. We are really excited about taking our channel to the next level, because we feel like we've been on the same level for 10 years. We really want to get to that next level, and we think that we deserve it, and we hope you do too. And if you do decide to join, it is once again Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies. If you join any of the tiers, you immediately get your name in the credits of my work. If you join the $5 tier through the $25 one, you get your name in the Goosebumps fan series credits. If you only join, or if you join the $25 one, you get your name in the Goosebumps episodes and in my movies, my future movies, all of my future movies. You will get your name in there as a special thanks credit. So, please like this video, comment, tell me what you thought of Wednesday Season 2, Episode 2. It sucks I didn't like it. And then please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more honest movie reviews. And TV show reviews too, because that's what this video was. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.